These are documentary books about collective injustice, and actually this happened. And this book is about Wells Fargo. And the titles here, this is public opinion issues, and you'll find a lot of tips and a lot of other things would benefit you as well. This is a documentary, and it has a lot of instances of ugly things, by the way, having from the bank, Wells Fargo, and actually some tips related to credit card as well. Wells Fargo is a symbol of denial and irresponsibility. And this is done by me. So let's see, just a few pages about me. I guess this would really be included in many of my things there. The objectives, I'm not going to go through it, but again, we're going to go through each one of this in our talk. The introduction, this book contains barbaric events, bank and financial corruptions by some financial institutions, and all the racists who cause me oppositions and waste of my time and effort. This is just a dilemma. Happened for many years, by the way. So there is an important alert here. I'm going to go through it very quickly. I don't mean harm to any person or any organizations or anybody. This is again to present the proper role in a proper position or a proper place in a proper time. Not, not the person. So saying the person, the right person, the right place, and the right time, this is the wrong issues, and it's misleading a lot. This is a new theory about roles. So if I mention a name, they play a certain role. So these roles harmed me. I have the right to really mention this to everybody. This has again been harming me a lot. So, and this is also documentary, so things has to be taking place in this case. Based on this talk, I will prepare short, long text messages and files with evidence and proof of collective injustice for everybody concerned. So in this case, this is only the introduction of the book, or the preface, you could say. So, but all the message I'm going to be sending would start with, this is really justice. This is not justice at all. This is really bizarre. This is a mess thing. So, discovering my 4 signatures in a bank. This is the first story in a bank which is represent an entry to a lot of what happened, which is really bad. It happens in 2012, and I discovered this in 2018. This is the first slides, and I decided to visit the bank. And bank Wells Fargo, which is I have my accounts with them for a long time, so since many years ago. I walked into the bank, and actually the vice president of the bank, she asked me to issue a credit card by saying, why are you not really having a credit card with us? I said, fine, my accounts is fine, and I have a good relationship with them. So I walked to her office, and she started doing her work. I signed some papers to really start the process of getting a credit card. And suddenly she told me, we cannot complete that procedures for opening a Visa card account. And she said, I'm sorry to tell you that your request has been rejected or denied. I almost went very crazy, I'll be honest with you. And for this unjustified rejection, this is the first time I apply for my own bank for credit card. And I didn't apply. She actually asked me to do that. So asked her why. She had to do pick up the phone and then make some calls to her bosses in the big bank. And after she finished, she said, respond. And she also came to his regret that the bank management refuses to reveal reasons behind this. And I tried to suppress my angers, control my nerves. And then I asked her, why does the bank management refuse to disclose the reasons? She said, I don't know. Now, this was really a surprise for me. So I stood up and I started really screaming, I'll be honest with you. And I want to meet the highest officials in this branch, which is actually the president of this branch anyhow. So she asked me to come down and immediately inform the bank officials my request. I met with the branch head. Minutes later, I met with the branch head, but to no available allowed. This is again, it is still the same answer. And again, I kind of really immediately referred to the other employee, and this guy was really acting with me like, very ugly. It's really beyond belief. Was really talking to me from his nose and ears. And then he looked into the document and said, you opened 2 accounts here and, that's your accounts. I said, no, I didn't open any other 2 accounts. The accounts I have is in front of you. See, he said, well, sign your signature on paper. To the signature is in the bank. Well, I said, fine. I signed on a piece of paper my signature. And he started really sitting down and become so nicer, and said to me, this is not the right signature I see on these 2 accounts. I was completely, very upset. Now, after confirming the signature was not correct, and I said, it seems that you have all the problem with the bank because the 2 accounts were open for you and your wife. 2 accounts was open there. We have papers with signatures that do not match yours. Then the employee pointed with me with his hand. The papers were signed. I tried to get a copy of those papers and of the 4 signatures, and they said no. So it was really I start feeling so bad. And I start to really ask the police to really make a statement there. I never really thought this is going to happen to me. So, in the president of the bank, since it's serious the situation, that he doesn't want the police to come, they seem like it, and There is no reason for causing any confusion. He tried hard to calm me down. I agreed to give him, and he agreed to give me a copy of the statements, or the counts opened. And this is again, it was really kind of really I walked away, which is actually I feel bad, very bad. Bad luck was a destructive demon. This woman really destroyed my life, weakened my health, and caused me hard to suffer. And I had to undergo heart transplant. How do you do all of this? How do you do all of this? What is the motive behind for my signature? She certainly did seize a lot of my money from this through this accounts. And the funny thing is, the bank doesn't really tell me about the participant in this, by the way. And how come I live with a demon like this since 2012, 2018? This was really very bad. And I feel so bad. I don't want to just even see her face, by the way. So how about the lady actually, or the person initiate this transaction with her? I have no idea what's her name and why the bank tried to hide her this way, and the bank doesn't do anything. And since then, my reputation with this bank was really bad. This doesn't make any sense to me. So the bank make a crime here. And of course, the demon I used to marry, make a problem here. The principle of this country, if people like that make crimes, that's criminals. They just make, I used to think, as an American, nobody can forge their signatures. It turned out to be, this happened all the time. Be careful, by the way. And I am still feeling bad about this because it caused me a lot of harm. So, accelerating the bank impact in events of injustice against me. And this is actually was facing major problem with this bank. They blamed me on financial transaction with the bank. They give money to anybody who would go from my account. And was really bad, by the way. They have part of destructive activities in my business. And this is really bizarre. This is again, I am like screaming in the desert where no one responded to my call, and I feel my suffering. This is again, or feel my suffering. This is very, very unusual. It's still going on as of today. Of course, they have measures against me since 2008 to present. So horrific, most horrific things in that inhumane treatments that the bank employee Wells Fargo gave me. What's worse is that the bank took arbitrary measures against me and my business account. The bank also disperse a large amount of my own money to several institutions like the ex-wife, name it shape, Horizons, without even my approval. This is really bizarre. Well, of course, experience San Jose, Arabana, San Jose, Mark Bibu, LLCC, the rental condo. This is charged me 2 charges, and I never approved those charges. Never. So the bank deliberately spent a huge sum of money on my divorced woman, who withdrew my saving and money without my permission and my knowledge, and stole all my gold saving, which around more than $1 million. If this is fair, this is insane. This bank allow all the nasty stuff happening to me. And this is again, dirty instance. Dirty event had treated me by a large number of bank employees, continued from 2018 to the present time, with false promises every time I go there to really get things done. They, I'm gonna talk about this, they file claims, they do things, but never anything done. And this is again through this times of abusive, by the way. I hired many lawyers to do subpoena for lawyers, paralegals, and they charge a lot of money. They didn't do anything. And this is a list of lawyers that actually I hired and paralegals. In this case, one of the lawyers told me I give him $225 in 1 hour meetings for consultation. I told me, forget it, Mohammed, you're not going to win anything with those banks. The bank has big power, and big power, they're going to steal your money. This is what they do. And actually, this has paid a lot of money to do subpoena, which is nobody done it, by the way. They're charging me a lot of money. And of course, I showed this to the fake judge, which is actually racist, Mr. James Torrey. And this was responsible for many damage happened to me because of this woman did what she did to me, by the way. So, and the bank participated in this ugly stuff. Conclusions. The arbitrary actions, their dirty instance, bad transaction that are constantly taking place will be spread throughout the world. The bank is dishonest and give my money to scammers on purpose. Be careful, by the way. I tried everything I can do to obtain my rights and paid a lot of money to lawyers and legal assistants, and I got nothing. Like there is nobody there. Honest lawyers are needed. I really do desperate need for an honest lawyer for that case and many other cases of collective injustice. And, this is again unfair, and this is not what we have in the United States. Legality and justice is not exist anymore. It's like, you're dealing with con people all the time, con banks, con organization, which is actually they cope upon you. This is a kind of really, they gathers on you like the octopus. They want to really suck your blood, and this is very bad. I have a few advice for you because this advice, please pay attention to this. Always review your accounts and calculation carefully and constantly. This is must do. Avoid using your debit cards, and I honestly speaking to you, cancel it. Now, and the reason I don't cancel it because I have a lot of really misuse by the bank. It doesn't benefit any you, by the way, anything. This is again, please get rid of this. Don't use it for anything. This is actually, I will give you an advice what to do. Be cautious and do not trust employee in this bank. In my 6 years of experience, I have only found 2 people worthy of respect. I like them. There's 2 people of many through since 2018 until now. Do not trust the bank with your personal information. They're gonna abuse it. They're gonna use it against you because, again, they spy about everything you have in you, by the way. So do not reveal any personal information to them. You open an account to deposit money there. This is, again, yes, you have work to report to your work. That's it. Don't reveal any other stuff there, by the way. When you visit the banker or any banker in this bank or your own bank, ask them to provide for you a printed visit summary report. If they refuse, and they always do, they are doing something suspicious with your account. Number 6, which is very important, if you file a claim for a wrong transaction, demand your money to be returned to your account immediately. First thing to do, they never did this with me. The claim would stay 2 weeks. I deposit a large number of money into the machine, and the machine refused the transaction and give me a deposit of $1. So I called the bank, and actually I was completely confused. They said, we will look at it and call you. We'll let you know in 2 weeks. This is insane. Why deposit the money? Because I paid some bill. I need to really do that. But this was crazy. This is beyond belief. This is an instance of many ugly instances happening in this bank. This is, again, watch out. They could insult you too, by the way. They promise things they forget, and actually tell them, you promised to do this. Said, no, we didn't promise this, blah, 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 blah. This is bad. They really assume they are honest, but they are the biggest liars I've seen in my life, except the 2 I met since 2018 until now, be honest with you. Monitor your account closely. The bank agrees to refund the money transaction to you. Will post the refund in your account with a weird name. So they promise you the money, okay, it's yours. But after a while, they post another transaction, giving the money to the same scammer. Believe it or not. I keep wondering, they give it actually a name. You kind of really confused where this is actually transaction came from. Just be careful. They steal your money. They steal your money very badly. They do anything to you. This is, again, crazy. So please watch out for this. This is, again, more. If you need any documentation related to your account, request it from the banker. If they ask you to call the bank, or the call would call you, this is a red flag. The bank would never call you. And again, if you call the bank, you get lost there by the way. This is really bad. Avoid using your bank account for recording charges. What would I do? You really specify one card, very small amount of money, use it for recording charges. That's it. This is the best way to do it. You will do not use many credit card. This is really wild. Credit card is exactly come from banks like Wells Fargo. They steal your money. They treat you very poorly. They offer you the heaven, but they put you in hell. I'm telling you the truth. The bank system in this country become really dishonest. So avoid doing any recording charges. Where I live in Havana, they do charge my account twice. And actually the first time, 2023. I've been in this place for a long time. So they did that charges, and I discovered they charged last month to my account, recurring account, which is I don't agree to them. I told the guy, if you do this as a crime, do not give any card or information about your bank to anybody. This is it. This is again, this is unbelievable. You know, I'm still going through with Havana here. Hell, I live in a dirty place with I'm a heart transplant, and they treat me very poorly. The place cannot be livable. I cannot open the windows also, by the way, or the balcony. This is bizarre. Anyhow, so be careful with your credit card. Use only card for billing, as I told you, to avoid confusion and potential issues. The bank agreed to refund the transaction to you. Will post refund to your account with a weird name. That credit cards, they do, you have to go through hell. This is not my transaction. You have to call a very strange company to do that. This is bizarre. Company don't do business for a long time with them. They come back and they charge your bank. Recently, I get a lot of companies sending me receipts for things I don't use from them. It's like, it's like crazy. This is again, there's something weird going on here, by the way. And they go to the bank would pay them money without my authorization. This is bizarre, If you request documentation, let your account, and the banker tell you to do so, the bank will call you. The bank will never call you. I request documentation for the last 4 years. And, I go there, and actually the lady would tell me, I do it for you. Come on Thursday. I go to on Thursday, an appointment, and she would really print 1 year. I'm asking for all my accounts. This happened to me in several branches. And the head of the guy, more responsible, he did the same thing with me. He said, the bank will call you, never call you. This is never call me. This is again, they actually con banks completely. This is bizarre. This is again, I'm writing 6 rebuttals for the State of the Union in 2024. This is again beyond belief, believe me. This is really bizarre. Do not use your bank account for billing, for recording charges. Please don't do that. Because again, if you really cancel the charge, the other party, which is actually a scammer, they go and charge your bank. And it goes on. And the bank would agree to that. And to try to get this money, no way. Be careful with credit card, and please use one card for billing. Otherwise, you will be in deep trouble. I don't like the other word there. Big troubles. I am done. I think if you have any questions, please let me know. And I will post a lot of many instances happening in this bank, and I'm gonna get my rights. I'm not gonna let anybody to take my rights away. When they hear this, they become more stubborn. They think they have the right to take my money, to do anything with it. And remember, the bank is not your friend. The bank is actually work for themselves. The bank would like to get very rich on you. They don't want to even, bother to help you. Period. He put they told me hit your head in the wall. Some of the credit cards, by the way. This is bizarre. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this. Have a good day. Bye.